Hello, people, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deep Roy Chaudhary, and I'm just a normal guy who talks about stuff that seems interesting and important to me. And today I'm going to talk about coronavirus. The fact that some people are still choosing not to wear a mask, and in certain countries, the sheer fact of wearing a mask, or the sheer concept of wearing a mask, has now been politicized for some reason that I cannot even understand. I mean, some people are. I was seeing a study that was study of 198 countries where coronavirus has spread to varying degrees, and countries which don't have a cultural taboo, or which don't associate wearing a mask as something taboo. Those countries are actually faring better than those countries where wearing a mask is somehow considered against their culture, or somehow considered taboo, or something like a taboo. I mean, that's just ludicrous if you think of it. If wearing a mask for your own protection is considered against the culture of a country, I mean, that's just the most impractical outright harmful thing that you can do at this moment, or at this day and age. I mean, we are literally in the middle of a huge pandemic, a global pandemic. Something like this happened. Maybe the last time it has happened during the Spanish flu in 1918. I think 1917, 1918. I might be wrong about about the date, about the exact time when it happened, but it happened more than 100 years ago. So something like this, a pandemic like this is not always is not common. And when you see a global pandemic, I would expect people to take the necessary precautions to make sure that people do not contract this virus, and do not infect other people with this virus, so that your life is going to be safe, and other people's lives are also going to be safe. But some people are not listening to the basic sensible advice of wearing a mask at all times whenever you are out in the open, or whenever you are outside your house. It's as simple as that. If wearing a mask is something that is too much for you, I don't know what to say. I truly do not know what to say. I'm not saying that you should wear a mask that makes you uncomfortable. Make sure that you find a mask in the market that is comparatively comfortable. But the simple fact that wearing a simple mask is considered culturally, is considered against a certain culture, is considered against a certain kind of politics. I'm not going into the political game. Generally, I don't want to make this a political issue, but some people are just adamant on making this issue a political issue. Really, should wearing a mask, should wearing a face mask even be a political issue? Shouldn't you be making sure that you wear the mask in order to protect the life of other people, and in order to protect the life of yours as well? Some people, there are certain places around the world where governments or the administrations are scared to demand each and every person to wear a mask, or to expect each and every person to wear a mask. I mean, what kind of an administration, or what kind of a culture is that, where you cannot even make it mandatory for people to wear masks all the time whenever they are outside? I mean, I might be wrong about this, but I think I read something, or I watched a video about the fact that in Czech Republic, I don't know whether it is still mandatory to wear a mask in Czech Republic, but when the pandemic had started, the Czech Republic government had instituted a policy of had basically made wearing a mask mandatory whenever you are outside, and that saved many lives inside of Czech Republic. That helped the Czech Republic government to make sure, or that helped the Czech government to curb the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, of this virus, of this coronavirus. And all countries, almost every, thousands of scientists around the world are in agreement that wearing a mask, wearing some kind of cloth covering that will cover your nose, that will cover your mouth, is better, that is actually going to save lives. because most of the times the infection happens because of infected water droplets or whatever it is, entering your body through your mouth, through your nose, and covering your mouth, covering your nose. Make sure that you can have some amount of protection against being infected with that virus. I'm not saying it's going to be 100% protection, but isn't some amount of protection better than no amount of protection? Yes, of course, a face mask is not going to give you 100% protection, but it is certainly going to reduce the extent, or at least it is certainly going to reduce the chances of you getting infected. But why are some people adamant on making this a political issue is beyond me. It's truly beyond me. I cannot even understand why people are not wearing masks, why certain political leaders, I'm not going to name them, but they are choosing not to wear a mask. And only recently some people have started wearing a mask, because now the science is actually in that wearing a face mask does help prevent or at least substantially reduce the chances of you getting infected. It is common sense. More on this in the next video. Please consider liking this video, please consider sharing this video with your friends and acquaintances, and please consider subscribing to my channel. That would help me a lot. Until the next video, stay safe, goodbye, and God bless you.